Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The true test of my faith came at a moment when I thought I was in labor, and it was still Ramadan. My husband was fasting, and we ended up going to the hospital. At the hospital, we had a major scare with the baby where his heart descended, and all of these nurses and doctors came into the room, and it was really scary. They were about to put me for an emergency C-section. I didn't know what was going to happen, and then subhanAllah, all of a sudden the heart came back up. To be honest, in that moment I felt really angry with God. I felt like I spent the whole month praying for a healthy baby and a healthy delivery. How could God do that to me? How could he let my baby go? I was angry that I had to go through that experience and be afraid. And the doctors told me I should go back home, wait until I was actually farther along in the pregnancy, at least one more week. And I couldn't imagine how I could go back home knowing that there was that scare, that his heart could descend again at any moment. That was when I really knew that I needed to turn to God in that moment. And I sat down in my living room and I opened the Mus'haf and I said, God, speak to me. Tell me that you're here. Take care of me. And the first ayah that I opened up to, thy Lord suffices as a guardian. Your Lord is he who makes the ship sail upon the sea, that you might seek of his bounty. Verily, he is merciful unto you. And whenever affliction befalls you at sea, forgotten are those whom you would call upon, save for him. Then when he has delivered you safely to land, you turn away. And I just immediately started crying and realized that I was turning away from God instead of turning to God, when in this moment, God was the only one who could help me get through this. And I was so moved by that ayah and felt God's presence so strongly in my life in that moment that I actually found a plaque and wrote the ayah down on the plaque and put it in the baby room, in the nursery room, because I never wanted to forget God's presence in my life like I felt it in that moment. I wanted it to be a constant reminder in the future that God is with me no matter what.